Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the All Star Wrestling Review Series for the 4th of April 1981. We continue here, hosted by Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, featuring the Tag Team Champions Tony Garea and Rick Martel versus the Moondogs and Andre the Giant versus the Hangman match from the Championship Wrestling episode on the same day, including also Don Morocco versus Black Demon match from the 314-81 All-Star Wrestling. Don't know why they did so many review matches at this time. Weird to me, but with over 1,800 of these overall shows in general here, and also as we move forward into even more kind of different episodes, I'm sure we're going to see various wrestling organizations do goofy things to fill TV time. Lots of them not, including the WWF apparently, not particularly capable of filling TV time appropriately every week. Anyway, so we kind of move forward into the month of April. Got a couple of these 1981s already up. But again, kind of moving forward in the run there. Another feature for the Intercontinental Championship. Non-title, of course, as the next in individuals had not particularly, I guess, won the right, for lack of a better term, to challenge for the championship. This is the go-round as it relates to Pedro Morales, still your Intercontinental Champion, obviously. Morales, obviously, a guy who they are pretty high on at the time for a number of reasons, and going around pretty well, punch kick, basic stuff, and getting where he wants to get as quickly as he wants to get there may not be always Pedro's best go of it, but at the same time, also, kind of getting in this case, defeating Jerry Johnson, 226 with backbreaker, drop non-title match after the match. Patterson conducts an interview with Morales, who stated he wanted a match with Angelo Mosca, pushing Mosca pretty heavily as they were at the time. I'm not necessarily sure that those matches ever turned out to be barn burners, arm locks, arm breakers, and takedowns by Morales. Interesting, almost a one-armed backbreaker, but at this point, Morales is seeing the match with Mosca almost as a challenge to his masculinity, identity, whatever have you. Certainly, that's an interesting run there. Then we go to Sergeant Slaughter with the Grand Wizard defeating Angelo Gomez via submission, 419 with a Cobra Clutch. Post-match, Vince conducts an interview with Slaughter and the Wizard, who claimed that Pat Patterson was a coward and had not break the Cobra Clutch in the previous weeks. And of course, those who watched that March edition of the program, or those who listened here, know that Patterson did in fact temporarily break the hold, visually speaking anyway. And so obviously that insinuation or threat not received well. Gomez, of course, has been around for quite a while. Lots of punch kick from Slaughter. Slaughter gets caught with a couple of arm drags, and then Slaughter, very punch kick, very basic, getting everything he can. Side headlocks and, across the ropes and the like. Slaughter also goes a couple of backbreakers and the Cobra Clutch and a attempted takedown, and Slaughter is also annoyed at being called Gomer Pyle. We see the Moondogs and Martel and Garea finally. They'd been hyping this probably since the beginning of the year when Martel and Garea won the championships. A couple of quick jabs attempted by Garea. Martel in there and gets cut off by one of the Moondogs. Moondogs with body slams and backbreakers, basic maneuvers, staying on top of things. I will say Moondogs are very powerful. Of course, Captain Lou Albano is very happy with the Moondogs, and keeping things going in concert with that. We see Tony Gurria, drops the knee across the shoulder and arm of one of the Moondogs, keeping on the man. Very basic, very simple, and ultimately, um, you know, front face lock and super basics by Gurria every time, and Martel actually, every time the champions get a bit of an advantage. There is a need for me to get my phone. I will be right back. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, and we'll continue. And again, the champions are going in the direction of trying to get as much of a decent match out of the Moondogs as possible. You're not exactly going to get, lots of stuff. Double down with Gurria. Gurria does the majority of the selling in the match. Martel still a bit protected as the guy who, is coming in for the hot spots. But a hot tag to Gurria at the close to the end of the match, and double down a couple of times, but the Moondogs eventually do get your victory, and they are your tag team champions. Andre the Giant in concert with a previous match with the Hangman, not exactly a barn burner of a match. Maybe the Hangman was brought in for the Andre match all along, who really knows. But Andre with some headlocks stays on the man. Pretty basic maneuvers along the way, and ultimately Hangman tries to stand and brawl with Andre. Not exactly your smartest of ideas, not exactly the ways that you want to go, and ultimately getting things going according to plan. And, it's kind of a difficult situation here. Andre, of course, does eventually get the victory because they're protecting him. He does the sit-down splash, gets a victory there. You're not going to exactly see Andre put in too many compromising positions. Then you see a squash match with the Black Demon and Don the Rock Morocco. Morocco with a couple of headbutts and other basic stuff to the arm, working over the arm kicks, and then we see kind of a takedown there, basic stuff, and in fact, cinches up on the headlock, trying to take the mask off, and again, the Adriatic Spike gets Morocco the win. So we move forward from there, and we'll be back with more right after this.